He's in LA. The Mavs fans, they're still reeling, but Kyrie gave him a little reason to cheer last night, taking on Steph and the Warriors, both these teams with some new pieces. Those guys still the same, though, and doing some of the same things they've been doing for a while. Kyrie, the three, the Mavericks are up 12. Then next possession, in transition, another three from way out there. He had 28 points through three quarters, was on fire. Mavericks up 83-78 after three. Then in the fourth quarter, Chef Curry cooking. The three, he had 11 in the fourth quarter alone, 25 on the night, and this three gives them the lead by 1 point in under 2 minutes to play. Now we're tied at 104. Kyrie Irving, another three. He had 42 and 7, his third 40-point game this season, 8 with the Mavs, but it's a close one. Warriors trailing by 3. Jimmy Butler with the putback. He had 21, 9, and 7 assists. 30 seconds left. Game tied at 107. Najee Marshall drives inside. The floater's good. Mavs up 2 and 20 seconds left. Same score. Jimmy Butler trying to go right inside. The whistle for the offensive foul. Warriors challenge it. The call would stand as a charge. Kyrie said, you got to lay your body on the line sometimes. Only his second charge in his career, but the Mavs win 111-107. So as things currently stand, both the Mavericks and the Warriors, they are in the play-in tournament portion of the Western Conference standings right now. Dallas is just 2 games back of the Clippers for the 6th seed, while the Warriors are just 1 game up on the Suns for the final play-in spot. As promised, back with David Dennis Jr. for more on this. And David, what did this win last night from the Mavs show you about this team?
Last night was a reminder that Kyrie and Klay are champions. Like, these guys have been dragged through the mud for the last 2 weeks because Luka left, the Mavs season is done, they have nobody there, and these two guys are saying, hey, we came here to win a championship. Yes, we came here to win a championship with Luka, but we are still great players. And think about the environment around them. Dallas, the fans were basically in revolt about this team, and they pulled together an inspiring win against a hot Warriors team. And they show that, yes, we are still here to compete. And they put a little distance between themselves and the Warriors and the play-in. And Kyrie, shout out to him also, who stayed after the game and signed autographs for fans. He knew what kind of win this meant for that fan base. And this is just another sign of the professionalism that him and Klay have had since they moved to Dallas.
Had a great post-game interview with SVP last night after the game as well. He's been saying all the right things. You see him doing all of the right things last night on and off.
Show up. Well, there was a little bit of it, but not the full deal just yet. Luka and the Lakers visiting the Jazz this time around. Jazz second worst in the West. They played him a couple days ago. Early first quarter. Look at Doncic here. Driving, little fake action. Ooh. Back to Rui with the over-the-head pass, and Hachimura gets the three. Got eyes in the back of his head.
That looked magical.
That was magical. The whole game, though, wasn't magical.
Not so
second
much.
quarter, though, this is not magical, Kelsey. Turnover.
Yikes.
Yeah, and Jazz in transition. Jordan Clarkson making it happen at 21 points, 9 boards, 7 assists on the night. Utah 4. And then Keontae George colliding with Doncic. Doncic tried to take a charge there. Didn't happen. George got the jumper to fall. Not going well defensively for Luka. Jazz up by 8 going into halftime. Third quarter. Oh, that was nice. Whoa. Can we see that again? Luka to Austin Reeves, insane behind the back pass. Had 16 points, but 5 turnovers on the night. LA down 5, and then here's Clarkson again. That Clarkson. LA just can't stop him. Gets to go over Rui. Utah 12. Later in the third, Jazz up 17. Lauri Markkanen for good measure. Got the 3. He had 32 on the night. The Lakers go on to win 131-119. Luka, how you feeling?
We can go very far. Obviously, today I felt a little bit rusty. 2 games in after my injury, turnovers, missed free throws. So I got to do way better. But now I think we're approaching this break, so we got to rest. For me, I think it's more mental rest than anything else. But still got to work. So I'm excited about this break, and I can't wait to go back to play.
All right, we can't wait to talk to Anscape's David Dennis Jr. joining us. All right, so David, what was your biggest takeaway from this Lakers loss?
Yeah, the Lakers could talk about this loss as a trap game and a warm-up game. And yes, Luka looked good with the behind-the-back passes and the step-back threes. He's working himself into shape, and they can have all that excitement about what he's going to look like when he's healthy. But the takeaway from this game is the way that this Lakers team got dominated in the paint. And that has been the huge question, that since they lost Anthony Davis, how are they going to handle their bigs? They got outscored 54-38 in the paint. Kessler and Markkanen feasted down low, and to make matters worse, Jackson Hayes left midway through the game pretty much, which forced Alex Len, who was their latest pickup, who basically walked off of an airplane onto the court to play and was a minus 19 in 14 minutes. They are thin down low, and they can dismiss this game all they want, but that is going to be a sustained problem for this Lakers team going forward.
Yeah, and I don't know what they're going to do about it. By the way, they came in as 9.5-point favorites and hadn't lost a game as 9.5-point favorites since 2021.
You're sitting courtside. What was it like?
You're right. Listen, there are still some people here that are hurting. They're going to be hurting for a very, very long time. Some people will be hurting forever because Luka Doncic represented that, the talent, the entertainment. He was their favorite player to a lot of fans. But I will tell you, Scott, in this building tonight, and some of it is when you get out to a good start in a game, it helps. They got out to a great start offensively at the beginning of this game. This crowd was absolutely supportive of this team. They were bought into this game. They were bought into the finish. And they were bought into a spectacular performance by Kyrie Irving. It doesn't quite look like it does when Luka did it, but it doesn't matter. This cupboard was not left bare here. Kyrie Irving showed you that. And Anthony Davis obviously will join him at some point, representing a tremendous tandem. But tonight it was about Kyrie Irving and really Golden State's inability to corral him throughout the night.
Yeah, he is a spectacular talent, and it has been throughout his career. And they were awfully short-handed tonight. But and then he takes a charge. In the end, he said, "You got to put your body on the line." And I'm thinking, Coach Kidd might not want you to because you don't have that many dudes left. Although they are about to hit the break. On the Golden State side of things, you see Jimmy Butler gets called for the charge there late. It's only a handful of games that we've seen. And through the years, Tim, we've talked a lot about this. A star joins a team. You got to give it time to figure out what it's going to look like. Look down the road for me. What's it going to look like, Butler with Golden State?
Yeah, I think this is a tremendous addition. And one of the things you saw tonight, and he didn't convert that play. I think Kyrie actually surprised him a little bit that he was in that position. I think Jimmy Butler had an angle if he just kept it in his right hand and went to the right side of the rim. But what you're going to see is a different way to operate in big moments. They haven't had this kind of a weapon. You could throw it to Jimmy in the ISO. You could throw it to him in the post. He can make a pass out of it, or he can get to the line. It's a different way to control close games. It didn't go their way tonight, but ultimately, I just think this is a great pairing. He has energized Steph Curry. He's energized Draymond Green. All of the talk around this team since we've been here has been about that. They feel like there's some juice there. Jimmy Butler he's very motivated. I think he's got a lot to prove. And he's a guy that helps you on both ends. His instincts are great. High IQ, fits in with this system. I think this is going to be a great pairing. Let's see what happens. These teams are all bunched together. 6 through 12 is going to be tight in the Western Conference, and all of these games matter when you talk about tiebreakers. But Golden State's best basketball of the season, I believe, is coming.
You get paid for this and per diem for this night of work. How about that? You saw a hell of a ball game, Tim. Fun to follow it. Always good to talk to you. I look forward to the next time.
You got it, Scott.
All right, Tim Leckler calling a great game tonight, but maybe the game of the night, New York, New York.
Xin chào tất cả các bạn đã quay trở lại kênh YouTube của mình. Mình hiện làm người làm video sáng tạo nội dung trên nền tảng YouTube nha các bạn. Mình sẽ sáng tạo những video hướng dẫn cắt dán cho các bạn này. Đây là những sản phẩm của mình đã cắt dán rất nhiều những sản phẩm của mình đây này. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn cách mình tạo ra những video viral của mình nha. Đấy. Để tạo được những video đẹp hay chất lượng cho các bạn xem thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ như sau. Mình sẽ giới thiệu cho các bạn biết nha. Đây là giấy thủ công màu này các bạn này, rất nhiều màu sắc này. Đấy. Nó có giấy màu vàng này, giấy màu xanh này, đây là màu xanh da trời nha các bạn này. Còn đây là giấy màu đỏ. Đấy. Còn đây giấy màu cam này các bạn này, màu cam, giấy màu vàng này. Đấy, giấy màu vàng. Và để tạo ra được những sản phẩm tuyệt vời như thế này. Đấy, những sản phẩm mình đang cầm trên tay là sản phẩm đẹp của mình. Đấy, rất nhiều sản phẩm này. Đấy, thì mình sẽ cần những dụng cụ tiếp theo sẽ là kéo để cắt này, kéo cắt, bút dạ là để vẽ và định hình, tô thêm những sắc màu đẹp cho sản phẩm. Còn đây là hồ dán để mình có thể dán được những chi tiết vào cho sản phẩm này. Đấy, cắt dán mà đây như thế này đây, mình sẽ cắt dán và dán vào đây. Đấy, đằng sau mình sẽ dán đằng sau này các bạn này. Đây, ví dụ như thế này. Đấy, mình sẽ cắt dán này, cắt rồi dán thêm này, điểm nhấn cho sản phẩm đấy. Và còn những dụng cụ không thể thiếu như là đây, đằng sau mình đây là chiếc chân kẹp điện thoại này. Đây là chiếc điện thoại để mình quay lại quá trình mình tạo ra video này. Đây là chiếc đèn hỗ trợ ánh sáng. Và kênh của mình thì cũng đã được nhận nút bạc từ YouTube rồi các bạn này. Đây nút bạc của mình này. Đấy. Khi mình cắt dán xong một sản phẩm, mình sẽ đưa lên máy tính của mình. Hiện tại chỗ này của mình thì chưa máy tính, mình sẽ nói cái đấy là vấn đề sau đi. Mình sẽ đưa lên máy tính và mình sẽ hay dùng phần mềm Camtasia để chỉnh sửa và edit video. Mình sẽ cắt sửa những đoạn video thừa ở trên Camtasia. Mình sẽ xuất ra và đăng lên kênh của mình thôi để cho các bạn xem và chiêm ngưỡng ấy. Các bạn hãy ủng hộ mình bằng những lượt đăng ký, lượt like, subscribe nha, để mình có thể ra nhiều video cho các bạn xem. Tại nơi làm việc của mình đây, rất nhiều những sản phẩm. Đấy, quả chuối này, cây nấm này, đây là lọ mực này, nhiều lắm các bạn này, thước ké này. Đấy, nấm cơm này. Đấy. Và bây giờ các bạn hãy cùng đi theo dõi mình tạo ra những sản phẩm viral cho bạn xem nha.
Bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục cắt dán các bạn, làm xin các bạn. Xi nha các bạn. Biết kinh các bạn. Giá xong không?